Like I was saying, there are different ways to view data as it's showing you. Now, the other thing with SPSS, I should just know. For example, like first of all, just begin. What is SPSS? It's for data analysis. Okay, it's a software for data analysis. I remember when you were asking me to teach you, you were telling me another software. Can you remember?
Data.
Yeah, Starter.
Yeah, I
There's
did
Starter. There are
Starter
very many. There is Starter. There is R. You're telling me something. You're saying you did Starter, or what were you saying?
Yeah, I did. I learned how to use data while doing my bachelor's in statistics. So,
Can you
yeah.
remember? Can you remember how it was?
Oh, yeah, I have a vague memory of it. Yeah.
If you can remember, even just visually looking at Starter, what can you remember is what can you say is the difference between Starter and this one? When you are solving for something in Starter, what were you doing? Can you remember?
Yeah. We're still analyzing data.
Were you pointing at things with your mouse, or were you typing with the keyboard?
Typing.
You are typing, right? Now that's the first thing. That's the fundamental difference I'd like you to understand about SPSS and most other analysis softwares. SPSS is more famous or more widely used because you can point at things and do your work, as opposed to other analysis softwares that are command line driven. Okay, you have to key in commands to analyze data. In SPSS, you can key in commands, yes, but it is more convenient to someone who doesn't understand things like that, because you can simply point at things and enter values with your keyboard and just point at things and analyze. Okay. So just know that's one part of the reason, first of all, why SPSS is more famous or more widely used than other softwares. Okay. In full, SPSS stands for Statistical Package for Social Sciences. So it is something that is mostly used in social sciences. Okay. You understand when we say what social science is?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
All right.
Analytical.
Okay. Now, coming back to what we're looking at, as I was saying, it has two views, data view and variable view. Data view is the one that we are on right now. It is the one that looks like Excel. Okay. And it is where you essentially like enter data, preferably in numbers. Okay. So in each of those cells there, you can enter data that you've collected. Okay. When you look at the columns and the rows, on the rows, you literally have, they are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 going down. Okay. So for example, if you had collected data on a group of people and you're entering it into SPSS, the rows going down represents the people. Okay. So number 1 will be the data for the first respondents. Number 2 will be the data for the second one. Number 3, like that. So that represents literally the people that you've collected data on.
You
The
input the
column.
names of the people.
Come again?
Here you input the names of the people or just the numbers, depending on what the data looks like, right?
Yeah. Now, depending on what you're collecting data on, that goes into the column. You see why it's written var, VAR.
Yeah, yeah.
That is short for variable. Okay. Now that represents the characteristics of the data that you're collecting. For example, you might be asking the respondents to state their age. to state their gender. Okay. Whatever characteristic that you're asking from the respondent. Okay. Even if it's for an actual study where you're collecting data on, say, for example, like your thesis, you're asking them, what is the kind of data collection method you use? Okay. Whatever it is that you're inquiring about a study, it will now be labeled at the top, that variable, as now regarding what it is, as I was saying, age, gender, height. Okay. Yeah, that is what goes into the top of the column, or written as a variable. Right now, you can just try and I want you to be using, even as you're talking, you can just try and key in a number in any cell.
Now here on the variable, where do I type
Or
the title?
let's go back to data. I want you to first try and just key in data.
Yeah, I'm wondering. So, for example, if I want to put age here.
I don't want you to write age. I want you to write numbers.
Numbers.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like someone's
Oh, no,
age,
no,
you're
I
writing
mean
32,
title.
40.
I
Yeah.
wanted to write the title so that you
Oh,
know
I get
what.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I type it here where it's written bar 002?
Now, when you want to type, if you want to type the title first, you will have to go into the variable view. Okay. But now I would prefer that you type the actual data first. Okay. When you're getting data into SPSS, most of the time it will be coming as you've already collected it in full. Okay. So you have the people's ages. Okay. The first one can even just be labeled as 1, 2, 3 going down, same as the column, the rows are written.
Okay, so let's say this is the age. So you see the first column here.
Yeah, just write 1, 2, 3 going down. So for example, you have data like that. Okay. Now you want to, as you're saying, you want to say that this is the age or this is the height. Oh, to do that, now you go into variable view. Variable view that is where it allows you to now give such labels to the data. Okay. So just click on variable view. Just scroll up. You not scroll to the top. Yeah. So now you see those two, whatever you've input right now, they are represented there. Okay. First of all, you have variable one. Just give me a second. And your Nini has rules. I wanted to request you to allow me to point on your screen, but I'm seeing even on my end, it's telling me that you're not allowed.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I'll just describe for you. So, for example, there you're seeing whatever was on the column in data view, it has now come to the row in variable view. I don't know if you can notice that. You can see what was at the top is now what is written on the. Okay. So first of all, understand that. Okay. Now,
So here we have 6. I'm not understanding this 8 and 3 and 2.
Oh, yeah. First, let's just ignore that one. We're coming to that. For now, just look at the name.
The
Okay.
name. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see that.
On the name, you can see that, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so first of all, that is just telling you that now there you can put the name of your variable. Okay. So for example, we can say the first one was you're trying to identify who these people are. So there you can say person, you can even put ID. Okay. Whatever it is you want to describe them as.
Okay.
Yeah, even student. Yeah. So
Instead,
now there you can say age. Yeah. Before you even go anywhere else, I want you when you go back to data view, you should now see it reflects.
Okay.
You can see
Yeah.
it's reflected now as you wanted.
Mhm.
Okay, now go back to variable. Now there are other in variable view, there are other properties that allow you to describe your data further. Okay.
Mhm.
Those are the properties are what you're seeing there, like type, width, decimals, label, values, missing, columns, align, measure, row.
Mhm.
Now, the first one there that you're seeing, the type.
Mhm.
Type allows you to identify the type of data that it is. Okay.
Well,
What do I what
internet.
do I mean by what do I mean
Mhm.
by type of data?
Mhm.
For example, we have an age is a type of data that is different from saying just the student. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
If we were collecting data that perhaps we had like we're saying the height or the gender
Mhm.
or even a date,
Mhm.
then all those are different types of data. Hmm.
Yeah.
Most data normally falls under numerical data. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
It is preferable that you just have the data as numeric. You can see the first one, it has told you it's numeric.
Mhm.
Is that correct? When you click that
Yes,
box,
correct.
just click either numeric or string and see what if it's telling you anything else. Yeah, you see it's telling you can choose. There's numeric, there's comma, there's dot, scientific notation, date, dollar, custom, currency, string. And then you see when you have it clicked, it is describing for you what it is. So the
Yeah.
first one that it has at numeric, it's saying that the numeric type honors the digit grouping,
Mhm.
silent. And even if it was string, it's still described for you what string is. Hmm.
What does mhm.
But string data most of the time is like it is saying it can also be, it cannot just be numbers, it can even be letters. Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But as we go further, you will just see. But most of the time, if ever you're entering data in SPSS and you're
Mhm.
struggling, you're struggling to describe what it is preferable that you just leave all of them to be numeric. Okay.
All
Most
right.
numbers are just described as numeric. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, just go back to variable. Now we have width, we have decimal.
Mhm.
When you talk about width is like
Mhm.
telling you I'm able to how many values you're able to key in the data view. I don't know if you understand me when I say that.
Yeah, like the numbers, the decimals, or
Exactly. Not really the decimals, but literally the numbers.
even
Yeah.
be like the
Yeah.
seventeen
You
point
see,
zero 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 five.
yeah, it protects you
Right.
from, you see, when you're talking about people's age, Someone can't tell you they're 1,000 years old. You get, or someone
Yeah.
can, but you don't want them to.
Mm.
Yeah. So when you put a
Mm.
width of, it can only go up to three
But
figures.
here it's basically three.
Come again?
Here it's three, basically, because you can't go past 100. I mean, you can't go past three,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. So it limits
Uh-huh.
you to just the person keying in like three figures. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now the decimal also allows them to, how many decimals do you want? You get, you
Mm.
can also just have it at 0. But most of the time it's normally 2. Yeah.
Hold on. Sorry, I think I confused it.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have the number of students. You can definitely have more than three. You can have 1,000 students.
Yeah, you can. You see,
And
it's
then
up to
here,
you. As the owner of the data, you're the one to determine.
mm,
See, yeah, you can have
mm,
more than 1,000. So yes. But you see, age I'm seeing it has already put to 0. So it's assuming that someone cannot be 0.5 age.
yeah.
But according to me, it's possible to actually be, you can be 22 and a half. So I don't know. So
Yeah.
it's, but again, these things are dependent to the person who's putting in the data. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So could I
Uh,
change this? Am I able to change this or?
yeah. You see, when you click that
Mhm.
box, you can change even the decimals.
Okay.
Okay. And decimals means the after the dot, how many zeros after?
Mhm.
So if you put two decimals and the actual value has 3, it will round off to 2. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. But even now, if you want to change, you can just change. It's not a must that it remains like that. Okay.
Yeah.
In label just allows you to offer a description of what it is. So if you want to
Mm.
label, if you want to say that student represents the students in Daystar University, so you can literally write a statement like that. Okay. In label. Mhm.
So you say I can put, so you said what's the number?
No, you can say you're literally describing what data you're collecting. So you're labeling the student. So you can say student is students in Daystar University. Okay. A
Okay.
label is like a longer descriptor.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here is
Uh,
the
yeah, you can just say age of students. Yeah, you're offering like a more detailed description. Oh. Our
mhm.
values, just that one, just leave. We will come back to it later. Even missing, just leave. But you can almost imply what they are trying to tell you. Sometimes you can have missing data, but values and missing will come back to it later.
Okay.
But just go back to variable view. You have columns. Again, columns is like just telling you how many columns you want to see in your data view. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And alignment, again, that's like formatting. Do you
So
want
this
your,
depends on the number on the data that you have. That is, maybe I have 1,000 people, so do I put hold on. No, no, no. Columns. So let's say 7. Depending on the other descriptions that I'll put, right?
yeah, yeah. Just come again. You're saying what?
So I'm saying here columns. Like if I
Mhm.
choose to add, let's say maybe uh, department, put the students which department they are in. I mean, how
Mm.
many students are in each department? Let's say I put economics. I put
Yeah. Yeah,
So now the number of descriptions is what I put here in the columns.
exactly. Uh,
Mm.
yeah.
Now,
But any limitation, we will just see it in the data view. If it's something that it is not clear, when we go to the data view, you'll see something has changed. Okay. The align.
put the number of students. Let me say 1,000.
Okay. Uh, align is like formatting. It's like telling you, do you want your numbers to be on the left or the right? Okay. Now, measure is, how do I describe measure? It's just like a property or like the others. But now, to describe a measure,
Mm.
it's like to say the kind of data it is
Mm.
scientifically. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? That is like now start back to statistics. In statistics, there are different kinds of measures. There's something known as nominal, there's something known as ordinal, and there's something known as scale.
Okay.
Okay.
The
Scale.
third one, I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of
The third one that you mentioned, Carol.
scale? Scale data.
So,
I'm sure you've heard of it, you're just not sure.
what does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh, scale. Oh, okay, scale. Yeah, yes.
A scale is like, it's
Ah,
like a
yeah,
scale,
it's
any type
doing
of
something
scale.
different. Yeah, okay, I know. Yeah, I've heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But most data can be in such a format, either nominal, ordinal, or scale. Again,
Mm.
most data, when you're doing it in SPSS, it's preferable to just have it as nominal, but not most. You need to be sure. Let me not say that. But you
So
see, like
scale, for example,
uh-huh,
if I had to put age range, then it would be
uh-huh,
scale
uh-huh,
from 5
yeah.
to 10. But there's no option for scale here.
By the way, why is there no option for scale? I would just go to the top one.
Okay.
Yeah, you see in the top one, it's there.
Why did this one limit?
It has already seen. Sometimes the more advanced version of SPSS is like this one is more advanced. It can see you've labeled it age.
Ah,
So the
like,
software already, yeah. Once
oh,
the
I think
software
even the
already,
fact that there is just one. So if I put
yeah.
here, so
Mhm.
put age range. No, but I'll need to amend the data. I'll need to
Pastor,
amend the data here to put, let's say, 13, 12, and
uh,
15. Can I do that actually?
and then can you see what has
Oh,
happened to your column?
hmm,
I don't know
yeah,
if you
why
can
is
see what has.
it?
Hey, it is. I think it is there.
Hmm.
I think it is there 1,000 or something. I would just go back to variable view. So that represents literally the length of the column. Go back. Yeah.
Ah,
Oh gosh. I didn't know it's actually the length. I thought it was the
ah,
number of. Yes. So the column is literally the length.
mm,
So
mm.
yeah. So you are trying to do something. What are you trying to do? To put
Yeah,
the
I
age in
wanted to see if I
range.
put age range, whether it's going to give me scale as an option. I don't understand why
Uh-huh.
it gives me just the scale option at student, but not at age. Ah, because this is numeric, it is. This is string. I don't know. I don't understand.
No, when that's what I'm telling you. Sometimes when you write age, it can literally tell that an age cannot be scale data.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
SPSS has already recognized that you've titled it as age, and according to SPSS, it by default it is saying you can't have age that is scale. Okay, that's why it's
I want
refusing.
so this is, let's say, I'm gonna call this level of satisfaction.
Okay. And then it's saying contains I would just I think it's refusing space or what is it? What it seems something it's refusing. I just call it satisfactory. You can describe it more there.
So here I can have scale.
Yeah, now you see it's giving you scale. Yeah, I would just try gender. Let's see if gender it will agree with the scale. I'm assuming it will also refuse.
Gender.
Mm.
But gender, they put gender. It's just you have to code it.
So yeah, but yeah, you can put 1, 2. Or I think that it can even you say male, female, but just put
Oh,
1, 2 for now.
mm, no, you have to code.
It's also a green scale. Then I'm seeing when you say put string, and string is the one that is refusing it for it to be anything other than scale.
See.
I would just put string. You see it has gone to nominal.
Mm,
Yeah. So SPSS is refusing a string to be a scale. Because remember, I told you even a string can be even like words. Okay.
yeah,
So it's seen words cannot be just a scale. Okay.
yeah.
But that's the thinking.
Okay.
So if you want something to be a scale, it cannot be a string.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So so first of all, those are the types. I would just go back to variable view. Yeah, measures can be scale, nominal, or ordinal.
Mm,
Most of the time, again, I see just using, most people would use nominal or or scale. Okay. But
reminds
depending
me
on
the
the
difference between nominal and ordinal.
nominal, I believe is like it will be the name of a person, if I'm
Mm,
not mistaken. Oh.
mm-hmm.
And ordinal,
Mm.
I think age is actually the ones like ordinal. Oh. No.
Let me quickly.
Uh, just a second. That one you can just Google now. Let me just Google difference between nominal and ordinal data. Let's say nominal data is classified without a natural order or rank, whereas ordinal data has a predetermined or natural order.
Yeah.
I don't know what does that mean?
Um,
Nominal
as
data is classified without a natural order or rank, whereas ordinal data has a predetermined natural order. Yeah, so I
um,
think nominal, you see, yeah, even like gender is nominal because it does not have an order or a rank. You get?
mm,
Gender is nominal because does not have, you cannot rank people based on gender.
mm,
Correct.
yes, yes, it's true. Yeah, but so things like maybe marks I gotten in a
Mm.
test,
Yeah,
ordinal.
but yeah, position in a class, it can be ordinal. Or as you're saying, marks, that one can be ordinal because you can rank it. Okay. No, sure. Um, so, man, scale, do you understand the difference for scale? What kind of data is scale?
Oh, I understand. So it's classified into categories from one number to another.
What do you mean
Like
classified into
let's
category?
say it's classified into how do you put it? It's a range basically. The data is classified into range. Um, like from maybe from 0 to 100, 0 to 20, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, you can say a range. Yeah, that's true. Like 1 to 5, or yeah, as you're saying, 0 to 100. But another thing is that specifically for me, how I determine scale data is that there is a
So that's an
difference.
interval. The one that I just described is an interval scale.
Yeah, interval. An interval is still scale. Okay.
Yeah.
But as you're
Okay.
saying, with the interval, you can tell there's a difference. When you say from 1 to 5, like you can accurately say that 3 is greater than 1. You get? There's a difference between those scales that you're giving. You get?
Yeah.
But with nominal or the other ones, you cannot say exactly that there's a difference between, again, as we're talking about gender or something. Okay.
Mm,
And
yeah.
and scaled precisely, you can even compute on it and say that, or rather, you can compute it to like a decimal value. Okay.
Mm,
It can be like even a half or something. That's
mm,
another thing about scale.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, but that now those ones are the measures of or how you're inputting the data there.
mm.
The other one that I can just come back to before we finish for today is the one I'd so ask you to skip the values. When you come to the
Value.
values,
Mm,
technically speaking, that is where you actually do the coding. Okay.
mm, mm,
Now, just leave alone for students. Go to the age, not age, gender. Gender is easy.
yeah.
Now,
So,
gender. Now, if you want to say who is male, who is female,
yeah.
that is where you do it. Okay. Now, the value is the number, first of all.
Oh, sorry.
If you have 1 or 2, the value is the one. You can label it female, and then you say add. Don't say okay, say add. Now put the other one first of all. Now you can say 2 is male. You say add. And you can now say okay. So in values, that's where you normally you can actually code the data. And when you're there, if you want to see who is male, who is female in the data view, I will just go to data view. I would just click on the column for gender. Can you see there at the top where there is an arrow pointing up and another one pointing to the left? Just move to the right. There is like a junction or something. Yeah, that one. Just click. You clicked it.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not changing. But when you click on that, it's supposed to show, to reveal to you male and female. You've actually added and you said okay. But I don't know why it's not doing that. When you click that one, I would just try left clicking it. Not on the actual column for gender. Yeah, it is registering.
I have to maybe stop here.
Just a second. Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm seeing it is I don't know why it's refusing, but it's supposed to show there when you click on that variable view. I'll just close that.
Close one.
Columns left.
Sorry?
When you go to I would just try and change trying to remove the decimal is 0. I don't want to have decimals, but I can see it's 0. So I'm even wondering why it's still showing the decimals there. Where has it gone? Put 2. Why is it going? You've put, there it is.
Hmm?
When you
But
put
gender, why would gender have 8 for width?
yeah, it should just be 2.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. And then can you put it as numeric? Just try and put it as numeric.